Canine Senses, aka the king of rapping, the king of hip hop, the realest rapper on the internet, the 100% fact spitter, the higher level thinker, the one with the best taste, the king of flow, the king of wordplay, and the one who's better than you in every way, has finally returned once again with the facts and has once again returned to deliver the greatness. Yes, it's been a hot ass minute since I've made a video and I realized that, so I was like, you know what, I'm finna make a video based on what I believe is putting the beloved music genre of rap and hip hop 6 feet deep in the ground, but it is still breathing, thankfully. This time around, I'm bringing you a list of 10 of the most overrated, garbage mainstream rappers of 2020. Now, this list will not be in any particular order. This is just a select group of rappers that I feel like that I should mention. This is also an objective-based list, so I don't want to hear, oh, but Kana, man, come on, man, just say you don't like these rappers. Music is supposed to be subjective, man. And it's like, no, cut it out. So without further ado, let's get started with this list. So the first rapper that I like to mention is Drake. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, wait, what? You put Drake on here? How can you do that, man? Drake is considered as one of the best, man. He's on the same level as Kendrick Lamar. And it's like, no, shut the fuck up. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. If you said this to me in like 2010 through 2011 when Drake was at his peak, then yeah, I would agree with you. But ever since his 2013 release with his appropriately titled album, Nothing Was the Same, he started declining so rapidly it was almost instant. I started listening to this man's music now, and I'm like, there is no way in hell that same person made classic albums like Thank Me Later and Take Care, and then proceeded to release garbage-ass albums like Views, More Life, and Scorpion. For those people that continuously suck this guy off for no reason and proceed to be a yes man, you are not a real hip-hop fan, and you need to stop listening to music. Like, your parents need to ground you and take Spotify and Apple Music away from you or something. I don't know, anything really. I don't find myself enjoying Drake ever again. His flows are incredibly basic, he has no original style, and even when he tries to be versatile, he completely fails because he sounds boring as fuck most of the time. Terrible delivery too. I mean, his vocal delivery is sleep-inducing, it's so monotone. Now, believe it or not, Drake is the least bad rapper on this list because he had potential when he started, but now he's fallen off so hard. Yet over 60 million people still support him on Spotify. God damn it. Next on my list is Future. Now, for those of you who still have never heard of Future up to this point, you are one lucky son of a bitch because this rapper right here was one of the progenitors of mumble rap. Half of the time, you don't even know what the fuck he's saying, and even when he is audible, he raps about basic bitch-ass topics like glorifying drugs and alcohol for recreational usage, fucking somebody's significant other for no reason, flexing about the fact that he has a fuckload of cash and doesn't even know what the fuck to do with it. I mean, this man literally said he'd spend $250,000 to convince a random woman to put her hand on his penis. Not even kidding, look up the song Shit. It's literally a shit song. And then he also talks about drinking lean. Like, who even drinks lean in 2020? You kidding me? It amazes me that this dude is still relevant for nearly a full decade because this man dropped without question one of the worst songs of the year, Life is Good, which conveniently features Drake. The one good thing I will say about Future is that his beat selection back then was top notch. I guarantee you, give me those beats and I will spaz over them, but that's beside the point. Moving on. Next up is Cardi B. Cardi B is by far one of the most overrated garbage female rappers ever in hip-hop. I mean, the fact that people give this woman praise and claim that she's the greatest female rapper since Lauryn Hill, like she's some type of queen, is absolutely preposterous. Like, where are the standards at? If you want a good modern female rapper, a better modern female rapper, listen to Snow the Product. Snow is a million times better in every way, shape, and form. She appeals to real hip-hop fans like myself, and Cardi B is catered towards casuals. That's all it is. I mean, you look at her past as a stripper. When she drugged and robbed men, she tries to stand up for women's rights, yet portrays herself along with many women as hoes in her music, and it's like, how am I supposed to take her seriously? You see what I'm saying? No likability, there's no depth in her lyrics, there's no complexity, there's no charisma anywhere to be found in her music. Her songs completely fall apart and got even worse after Invasion of Privacy dropped. I mean, how is this chick highly regarded when she has some of the most basic rhymes, wordplay, punchlines, similes, and metaphors? She has the most cookie-cutter flows imaginable, her delivery is terrible, her personality sucks, her vocabulary is bad. I mean, when WAP dropped, That was literally the final straw for me because she thought that she dropped a bomb and it felt like that song had to be made, which, by the way, it didn't. Look forward when I talk about that track. Next up is Lil Baby. This is just another boring rapper that does nothing new or innovative but is somehow praised to high heaven. I mean, there are way better rappers that deserve the spot where he is at right now, but this dude can say horrible lyrics, like he can turn piss into lemonade, turn shit into sugar that's chocolate pudding, and yet get away with that shit without any consequences. I mean, if that doesn't prove that there are way too many yes men in hip-hop, I don't know what does. Lil Baby lacks complexity, he lacks depth, he has nothing good going for him, he has no wit to his bars. Just a side note, he dropped without question one of the worst rap albums of 2020 and Blame It on Baby, which I made a video about it. Without question, the best review of that album, and it's currently my most viewed vid on this channel, so thank you, haters. But yeah, this rapper is just more overrated garbage, generic garbage, hyped up by casuals that don't know what true quality is. Next up, we have Lil Uzi Vert. Now, when it comes to Lil Uzi's discography, I am talking about projects that had been released to the general public. But that being said, Uzi is one of the most overrated pieces of shit that my ears make contact with. I hate Uzi with a passion. Every album, he doesn't even try to change his style, which is stupid. I mean, the man's just doesn't know what to do with himself. Sometimes he goes for a faster tempo flow, which most of the damn time he sounds so offbeat it's ridiculous. And there are other times where he is auto-tuned to shit, it makes it almost damn near impossible to not cringe. Like sonically, the dude is all over the place. He has no idea what he is doing. His songwriting is terrible, his vocabulary is completely garbage. What else? Himself as a guest feature sucks. There is not a moment where Uzi impressed me. His music along with Eternal Take and his horrible ass deluxe edition for that album is some of the most headache inducing things I have ever heard in a long time. I just hate Uzi, and don't even get me started on the fan base. Sweet Christ, the fan base. Uzi has one of the worst fan bases in hip hop. They are just a bunch of morons that know absolutely nothing about quality. This is another one of those examples that influence is horrible to those with a weak mind. But you know what's even worse than a weak mind? A closed mind. Yeah, some people will be like, Uzi is the king of trap, when guys like Jeezy and T.I. exist. And that shows you that too many people are closed-minded these days. Like, I can't take an Uzi fan seriously. Next up is Gunna. I can't stand Gunna. Gunna is garbage. He's just a Young Thug ripoff that fails in every single way. His lyrics suck, his delivery is boring, auto-tuned to shit in every song he's been on that only appeal to fucktards. Horrible ass copy and paste flows that everyone else used, yet he doesn't get called out for being heavily influenced by Young Thug for whatever reason. Typical trap rap, mumble rap garbage. Like I said, a Young Thug ripoff that fails in every single way. Now you'd think that because he's a protege of Young Thug, you'd think he would try to be different or do something that stands out. Well, guess what? You were fucking wrong. Horrible discography, like Drip or Drown 2 was just horrible. The beats that he raps on suck. No charisma, and by the end of each verse, Gunna sounds like he completely gives up on enunciating and just slurs his words. It's like, what the fuck? And people have the goddamn nerve to put him in the GOAT status tier? Oh, hell no! You people have no idea what you were talking about. Kendrick Lamar is GOAT status, MF Doom is GOAT status, Ab Soul is GOAT status. Hell, Old School Logic and Joyner Lucas are more GOAT status than Gunna. Fuck that shit, yo. Next up is Lil Baby. Now, Lil Baby is the exact same rapper as Gunna. That's it. This dude has the same shit, and he's heavily influenced by Young Thug, yet nobody calls him out on it. It's the same shit! Gunna has a boring-ass, screechy-ass monotone delivery, so does Lil Baby. Gunna has basic-ass lyrics and a boring-as-all-fuck flow, so does Lil Baby. Gunna is a clone of Young Thug, so is Lil Baby. Lil Baby has nothing going for him. His delivery sucks, his personality sucks, the lyrics suck, his music sucks. Everything that was bad about Thugger and Gunna applies to this rapper. Lil Baby is trash. How did Young Thug get away with signing the same rapper twice? Why didn't nobody call him out for it? That's how you know you're an uncreative fraud, when you signed the same rapper twice! And speaking of the goddamn devil, look who we have next on this list, the slimy snake himself, Young Thug. This dude is one of the main reasons why mainstream hip-hop in 2015 went to shit and brainwashed the masses with his screechy ass delivery, his absolute horrid as all fuck lyrics. I mean, the fact that he can make a whack ass song like Digits and people claim that it's one of the biggest hits in the last decade. Like, we ran in the business, we ran in the money, we ran in the business, we ran in the money, we ran in the business, we ran in the money. It's like, get your auto-tuned as all fuck screechy ass voice out of my fucking ears, man. Get the fuck off of my playlist. Get the fuck off of my iPhone, you fraud. It's like, what the fuck? How did this become a fucking standard? Is this literally what people want to become? Memo to all up-and-coming rappers: do not sell your soul to Atlantic Records or 300 Entertainment, because they will fuck you up and try to make you into this whack-ass rapper. Completely calm. Breathe, K9, breathe. That's all I gotta say about this guy. Fuck Young Thug, and fuck everyone who, he influences. This dude is trash. Next up is Megan Thee Stallion. Now, Meg Thee Stallion is strictly overrated garbage. I mean, as soon as I was done listening to her entire discography, I was like, never again. Never will I listen to this garbage ever again. It sucks. Just over the top, boring garbage, another bad female rapper. I mean, can we actually get some decent female rappers in the mainstream that don't over-sexualize themselves? It's not that hard. The only reason why she is popping right now is because of her music videos. I mean, they just want to see Megan's tits. They just want to see a lot of twerking and a whole lot of provocative bullshit. Just a bunch of virgins beating off to a female rapper. That's it. If Megan disappears forever, no one would give a shit. Her flow is boring. It doesn't amount to anything. Her lyrics suck and have no depth, personality, or originality. Her vocal delivery is whack. Her beat selection sucks. Just corny garbage. And finally, the last rapper or rappers that I like to throw shade in this video are the Migos. Now, the Migos are the epitome of a dog shit rap group that caters towards casuals, morons, a bunch of sheep, frauds with bad taste, and anyone who thinks that ad-libs count as actual lyricism, which they don't. You know what? Fuck this shit. You know what? You want to know why I saved this unholy trinity for last? It's because they have been everywhere in the last decade. First, they released their No Label and YRN mixtapes, which weren't great projects, but they could at least be considered tolerable. But then there was the god-awful Culture album that had singles like T-Shirt and Bad and Bougie that were fucking everywhere. And when they released Culture 2 the year after that, I just couldn't comprehend how anyone could get past it. That album was nearly 2 hours long with 24 motherfucking songs. That's right, 24. And for those of you who don't remember, I claimed that was the worst album of the 2010s decade, and I still stand by that. There's no excuse why people can consider this group as one of the best. Their flows are unoriginal and basic. Myself at 10 years old can fucking rap better than them. They have some of the most cringeworthy bars imaginable, especially from Offset. The autotune that they use is unbearable to listen to, especially from Quavo. And the beats that they rap on, give them no favors, because they can't rap at all. The only one who deserves so much better is Takeoff. He is without question the most underrated rapper in the group and doesn't get the praise that he deserves. He has a unique voice for rapping, a flow that is at times difficult to master at times, and he actually puts in work. He isn't the best lyricist or anything, he's not Kendrick Lamar, but at least I can respect him for trying to be different. But all these frauds do is throw in a random as all fuck ad-lib, or throw shade at Joe Budden, or flex until their backs break, or throat fuck a bitch until she throws up and shit. Their words, not mine. And no one would give a shit. Why? Because mainstream hip-hop is so devoid of content that it doesn't know what the fuck to do with itself. So yeah, that's gonna be it, man. It's K9 Senses. That's gonna be my list. That was my list for the 10 most overrated garbage mainstream rappers that were popping this year. That's gonna be it, man. Shout out to everyone who's been keeping it real. Much love, and that's what's up. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to all those, real hip hop motherfuckers that keep supporting, actual like quality, something of substance. But yeah, that's finna be it, man. This is K9 Senses. Rest in peace the fuck out.